The journey does not begin with engines igniting or metal shaking against gravity. It begins in silence, a silence so complete that even time itself seems unsure whether to move forward. You are floating above a pale blue world, suspended between night and dawn, watching sunlight spill across oceans and clouds. Earth rotates beneath you, unaware, fragile, miraculous. From this distance, borders vanish. Conflicts disappear. All that remains is a living sphere wrapped in a thin breath of atmosphere, clinging to life in an ocean of darkness. This is home, but it is also the first step away from everything familiar. As the planet slowly recedes, you realize how small Earth truly is. Its gravity loosens its grip, not violently, but gently, like a parent letting go of a child's hand. The moon drifts nearby, scarred and ancient, a silent witness to billions of years of cosmic history. Its surface tells stories of impacts and survival, of a time when the solar system was chaotic and violent. From here, Earth and Moon dance together, locked in a gravitational embrace that has shaped tides, stabilized climate, and perhaps even made complex life possible. You move outward, accelerating beyond the Moon's orbit, leaving behind the last familiar landmark of humanity's night sky. Ahead lies the sun, not as a distant point of light, but as a vast, roaring furnace of nuclear fire. It dominates everything. 99.8% of the mass of the entire solar system is concentrated there, a reminder that all planets, all comets, all dreams of exploration are bound to this single star. Its gravity sculpts the paths of worlds. Its energy breathes warmth into frozen space. Without it, the solar system would collapse into darkness. Your path curves inward toward the sun's inner realm, where the rocky planets circle in tight, fast orbits. The first world you encounter is Mercury. From afar, it looks calm, gray, almost lifeless. But as you approach, its true nature is revealed. This planet is a world of extremes. Days hot enough to melt lead, nights cold enough to freeze air itself. Its surface is cracked, cratered, and scarred like a battlefield abandoned by time. Mercury has no thick atmosphere to protect it, no oceans to soften the sun's fury. Standing above it, you feel exposed, as if the universe itself is staring directly at you. Mercury races around the sun faster than any other planet, completing its year in just 88 Earth days. Time behaves differently here. A single sunrise takes months. Shadows stretch endlessly across impact basins, hiding ice within eternal darkness near the poles. Even in the closest furnace to the sun, water finds a way to survive. The universe, it seems, refuses to be simple. Leaving Mercury behind, you drift outward into a slightly calmer region, where Venus awaits. From space, Venus is beautiful. Wrapped in thick, glowing clouds, it shines brighter than any planet in Earth's sky. For centuries, humans imagined it as a tropical paradise, a sister world to Earth. But beauty here is deceptive. As you descend toward the cloud tops, the truth becomes unbearable. The atmosphere is crushing, the heat relentless. This is a runaway greenhouse world, where temperatures soar high enough to melt metal and pressure feels like being buried beneath an ocean. Lightning flashes endlessly within acidic clouds. The surface below is hidden, suffocated, transformed into a hellscape of volcanic plains and shattered mountains. Venutisha brutal leçon. Similar beginnings do not guarantee similar endings. A planet can start like Earth and end like a warning. As you pull away, Venus fades behind its golden veil, leaving you with an uneasy sense of what could have been. Your journey continues outward, back toward familiarity, back toward the blue world that raised you. Earth reappears, glowing softly against the black. But this time you do not stop. You pass by, a visitor now, not a resident. The moon trails behind, and soon the inner solar system gives way to something new. Ahead lies Mars, the red planet, long embedded in human imagination as the next frontier. Mars greets you with rust-colored deserts and towering volcanoes. Olympus Mons rises higher than any mountain on Earth, its slopes stretching across hundreds of kilometers. Canyons scar the surface, including Valles Marineris, so vast it could swallow entire countries. From orbit, Mars feels quiet, almost lonely. Its thin atmosphere whispers of a past long gone. Rivers once carved valleys here. Lakes may have reflected sunlight beneath a younger sunday hovering above Mars. You feel the weight of unanswered questions. Was life ever here? Could it return? The planet still holds water, locked away as ice beneath its soil and at its poles. Dust storms can engulf the entire world, blurring the line between sky and ground. Mars is not dead. It is dormant, waiting, and perhaps one day it will hear human footsteps again. As you leave Mars behind, something changes. The warmth of the sun begins to fade. Light weakens. Distances stretch unimaginably. You cross the asteroid belt, a vast region filled with remnants of planetary formation. These are the building blocks that never became a world. Some are no larger than mountains. Others stretch hundreds of kilometers across. They drift silently, each carrying the memory of a solar system still under construction. Beyond the asteroid belt, the giant planets rule. Jupiter appears first, immense beyond comprehension. It is not just a planet, it is a system unto itself. Bands of clouds wrap around it like flowing rivers of color. Storms larger than Earth rage for centuries. The Great Red Spot churns endlessly, a hurricane that has survived longer than human civilization. Approaching Jupiter, you feel its gravity before you truly see it. This planet could have become a star, but it never ignited. Instead, it became a guardian. Its immense mass shapes the solar system, deflecting comets, capturing asteroids, and influencing the orbits of everything around it. Its moons are worlds in their own right. Io burns with volcanic fury. Europa hides a global ocean beneath ice. Ganymede carries a magnetic field. Callisto remains ancient and untouched. You pass through this realm of moons and storms, humbled by the scale of it all. Jupiter reminds you that planets do not need solid ground to dominate space. Power comes in many forms, and yet the journey is far from over. As Jupiter slowly fades behind you, its immense gravity finally loosening its hold, another presence emerges ahead, one that feels less aggressive, more graceful, yet equally commanding. Saturn appears not as a planet, but as a vision. Its rings stretch across space like frozen music, impossibly thin and impossibly vast at the same time. Light from the distant sun glides across countless shards of ice and rock, each piece following an orbit older than humanity itself. No image prepared you for this. No simulation captured the quiet majesty of a world that seems designed not for survival, but for awe. You drift closer, passing through the outer rings. They are not solid, not continuous, but made of billions of individual fragments, each reflecting sunlight like scattered diamonds. Some are as small as grains of sand, others as large as mountains. Together, they form a structure so delicate that from the side it almost disappears, yet from above it dominates the sky. Saturn's gravity choreographs this cosmic dance, maintaining order where chaos should reign. Below the rings, the planet itself swirls in muted shades of gold, cream, and amber. Storms roll beneath thick clouds, quieter than Jupiter's, but no less powerful. Saturn feels ancient, wise, like a giant that has learned restraint. Its moons tell stories of complexity and possibility. Titan, wrapped in a dense orange haze, hides rivers and lakes of liquid methane beneath. A cold, alien sky. Enceladus ejects towering plumes of water vapor into space, hinting at a warm ocean beneath its icy crust. Here, far from the sun's warmth, life may still find a way. Leaving Saturn is difficult. It lingers in your vision long after distance should have erased it. But the journey demands forward motion. Beyond Saturn's orbit, Sunlight weakens noticeably. The solar system grows quieter, colder, and more mysterious. The familiar ends here. Ahead lie the ice giants, worlds rarely visited and barely understood. Uranus appears first, tilted on its side, as if knocked over in some ancient cosmic accident. Its pale blue color comes from methane in its atmosphere, absorbing red light and reflecting cold serenity. Unlike the violent storms of Jupiter or Saturn, Uranus feels distant, aloof. Its seasons are extreme. For decades, one pole faces the sun in continuous daylight while the other remains locked in darkness. Time stretches strangely here. A single orbit around the sun takes 84 Earth years. As you circle Uranus, you notice its faint rings and dark, icy moons, each one shaped by extreme cold and isolation. This planet whispers rather than roars. It reminds you that not all power announces itself. Some worlds exist quietly, enduring for billions of years without spectacle, without witness. Drifting farther outward, Neptune emerges from the darkness like a sapphire flame. Though it receives very little sunlight, it is alive with motion. Winds scream across its atmosphere at supersonic speeds, faster than anywhere else in the solar system. Massive storms rise and vanish, driven by internal heat that Neptune somehow retains. This planet defies expectations. It should be frozen and still, yet it is dynamic and fierce. Neptune marks the edge of the classical planets, the final giant shaped by the sun's early influence. Its moon, Triton, orbits backward, a captured world from the distant outskirts of the solar system. Geysers erupt from Triton's surface, spraying nitrogen ice into space, proving that even here, at the edge of warmth, energy persists. Beyond Neptune, the sun becomes just another star, brighter than most, but no longer dominant. You enter the Kuiper Belt, a vast disk of icy remnants left over from planetary formation. Here drift countless small worlds, frozen and slow, each following ancient paths. Pluto awaits among them, no longer classified as a planet, but no less extraordinary. Pluto is small, distant, and complex. Its heart-shaped glacier gleams faintly, made of nitrogen ice that flows like rock does on Earth. Mountains of water ice rise above plains of frozen gas. Pluto's atmosphere expands and collapses as it moves closer to or farther from the sun, breathing on a timescale measured in centuries. It is not insignificant. It is simply different. Pluto reminds you that definitions change, but wonder does not. Nearby, other dwarf planets circle silently. Haumea, spinning rapidly like a flattened stone, make glowing faintly in deep freeze, Eris massive enough to challenge Pluto's status. These worlds exist in a realm where the sun's influence weakens and the galaxy begins to assert itself. Gravity here is subtle. Distances are enormous. Space feels truly empty for the first time. As you move even farther out, the solar system thins. Objects become rare. Light becomes scarce. You approach the heliopause, the invisible boundary where the solar wind finally yields to interstellar space. This is the edge of the sun's kingdom, where its charged particles no longer dominate the surrounding void. Crossing this boundary is not dramatic. There is no wall, no flash of light, just a gradual realization that the sun's presence has faded. Behind you lies everything humanity has ever known. Every planet, every moon, every story, memory, war, discovery, and dream. Ahead lies the vast unknown of interstellar space. The solar system, once infinite in your mind, now feels like a fragile island floating in a cosmic ocean. From this distance, the sun shrinks into a bright star among billions. The planets vanish entirely. And yet, you understand something profound. The solar system is not just a collection of worlds. It is a journey of transformation, from fire to ice, from chaos to balance, from birth to endurance. It is a story written in gravity and time, one that continues long after observers come and go. You do not turn back immediately. You linger at the edge, looking inward, knowing that every exploration begins at home, and every understanding of the universe begins with the courage to leave what feels familiar. The solar system does not end here. It echoes outward, carried by probes, by signals, by curiosity itself. And as you finally turn around, heading back toward the distant warmth of the sun, one truth remains unshaken. You were never just traveling through space. Space was traveling through you. As you drift back inward from the edge of the sun's influence, something subtle changes within you. Distance has altered perception. The planets you passed earlier were once abstract names, dots in textbooks, colorful images on screens. Now they feel like places you have known personally. Each world carries a personality shaped by gravity, chemistry, and time. The solar system no longer feels like a map. It feels like a memory. You begin to understand that motion here is not hurried. Everything moves according to deep, patient rhythms. Planets glide along invisible paths carved billions of years ago. Moons dance around their parents in gravitational harmony. Even chaos obeys rules. The solar system is not random. It is structured, balanced, and remarkably resilient. As you pass Neptune once more, now from the far side, its deep blue glow fades into darkness. You realize how thin the boundary is between belonging and isolation. A small change in distance transforms a world from vibrant to frozen, from dynamic to silent. Habitability is fragile. Earth's comfort is not guaranteed by the universe. It is a rare alignment of conditions, sustained by countless delicate balances. Moving inward again, Uranus drifts by quietly. Its sideways rotation now feels symbolic. A reminder that violent events once shaped even the calmest-looking worlds. Early in the solar system's history, planets collided, migrated, and rearranged themselves. Orbits shifted. Moons were captured or destroyed. Stability was earned, not given. The peaceful solar system you see today is the survivor of an ancient era of chaos. Saturn returns to view, its rings catching the light once more. This time, you notice their impermanence. Though they appear eternal, they are not. Over millions of years, they will fade, rain down onto the planet, and disappear. Beauty in a universe is often temporary. Even the most iconic structures are subject to time. Saturn will remain, but its crown will not. As you pass Titan again, its thick atmosphere glowing softly, the idea of alien life no longer feels distant or fictional. Chemistry follows universal rules. Where energy, liquid, and complexity exist together, possibilities emerge. Life may not look like us. It may not think like us, but may still arise quietly under skies very different from Earth's blue. Jupiter looms ahead once more, immense and unavoidable. From this angle, its storms seem even more violent. You feel insignificant passing by, like a dust grain caught in the current of a vast cosmic river. Yet Jupiter's role becomes clearer now. It is not just massive, it is influential. Its gravity has shaped the asteroid belt, protected inner worlds from excessive bombardment, and guided the evolution of the entire solar system. Without Jupiter, Earth's history might have been far more violent, perhaps too violent for life to survive. As you thread through Jupiter's moons again, Europa draws your attention longer than before. Beneath its cracked ice lies a dark ocean, warmed by tidal forces. Shielded from radiation, you imagine darkness broken only by faint chemical light, ecosystems powered not by sunlight, but by energy from within the planet itself. Life, if it exists there, would never see a star, yet it would still be alive. The universe does not require familiarity to function. Leaving the gas giants behind for the final time, the asteroid belt greets you again, but now it feels different. These fragments are not failures. They are records. Each asteroid preserves information about the solar system's infancy, locked in rock and metal. Some carry water. Some carry organic molecules. They may have delivered the raw ingredients for life to Earth long ago. Even debris has purpose. Mars rises ahead, and this time you linger. From orbit, the planet feels hauntingly close to being alive. Polar ice caps wax and wane. Seasonal winds move dust across continents. Subsurface brines may still flow briefly beneath the soil. Mars is a world caught between what it was and what it could be again. Human explorers may one day stand here, not as conquerors, but as caretakers of a fragile second home. Passing Earth once more is harder than expected. It glows brighter than before, not because it has changed, but because you have. The thin blue atmosphere is suddenly unmistakable. It clings to the planet like a fragile veil, thinner than you ever imagined. Everything that breathes, loves, hopes, and remembers exists beneath that fragile layer. There is no backup, no substitute waiting nearby. The moon follows faithfully, still scarred, still silent. You realize how important it has been, not just for tides and timekeeping, but for stability. Without the moon, Earth's axis would wobble wildly. Seasons would be chaotic. Climate might never have stabilized enough for complex life. Companionship, even in space, matters. Venus awaits again, shining deceptively beautiful. Now it feels like a mirror of alternate fate. If Earth's atmosphere had evolved differently, if volcanic activity had taken another path, Earth might have ended like Venus. The line between paradise and inferno is thin. Planetary destiny hinges on feedback loops, chemistry, and timing. Mercury flashes by quickly, still enduring, still exposed. It reminds you that survival does not require comfort. Some worlds persist through extremes, unchanged for billions of years, not because conditions are kind, but because they are consistent. And always at the center, the sun dominates once more. From this distance, its surface boils visibly. Fusion rages endlessly, converting mass into light, sustaining every orbit, every climate, every possibility for life. The sun is not gentle. It is powerful, relentless, and temporary. One day, billions of years from now, it will swell into a red giant, consuming the inner planets, transforming the solar system entirely. This realization does not bring fear. It brings clarity. Nothing here is permanent. Not planets, not stars, not even the structures that seem eternal. The solar system is a moment in time, extended across billions of years, but still a moment nonetheless. You slow your journey near Earth's orbit, suspended once more between familiarity and understanding. The solar system is no longer just a destination. It is a process, a story of formation, evolution, destruction, and renewal. Worlds are born from disks of dust, shaped by gravity, altered by chance, and eventually erased. Yet meaning persists, because within this small system of worlds, consciousness emerged. The universe became aware of itself. Atoms organized into minds capable of curiosity, imagination, and exploration. The solar system did not just create planets. It created observers, and that may be its greatest legacy. Time begins to feel different as you remain suspended near Earth's orbit. Minutes lose meaning. Hours dissolve. In space, movement is measured not in steps, but in eras. The solar system teaches patience. It does not rush. It does not hurry to conclusions. Everything unfolds at the pace gravity demands. You begin to sense how short a human life truly is when placed against planetary motion. Civilizations rise and fall in the time it takes a planet to complete a fraction of its orbit. You imagine the early solar system as it once was, long before Earth cooled, before oceans formed, before skies turned blue. A vast disk of gas and dust surrounded the young sun, turbulent and glowing. Particles collided, stuck together, broke apart, and reformed endlessly. There was no plan, no intention, only physics playing out across unimaginable scales. And yet, from this chaos, order emerged. Worlds assembled themselves piece by piece, guided by gravity's invisible hand. Earth was once molten, a sphere of fire bombarded by debris. The moon was born from catastrophe, formed after a collision so violent it reshaped the planet itself. Oceans condensed from steam. Atmospheres evolved. Life appeared not suddenly, but gradually, experimenting endlessly until it found forms that could survive. The solar system is not gentle in its creation, but it is persistent. It allows failure because time is abundant. As you observe Earth now, calm and luminous, it is impossible not to think of how many coincidences were required for this moment to exist. A stable star, the right distance, protective giants like Jupiter, a magnetic field to shield radiation, plate tectonics to recycle carbon, a moon to stabilize climate. Remove any one factor, and the story may have ended before it began. The universe does not guarantee complexity. It merely allows it. Your attention turns to the paths humanity has already taken. Small machines have ventured where no humans yet can. Probes have crossed the asteroid belt, skimmed past Jupiter's storms, glided through Saturn's rings, and slipped beyond Neptune into interstellar darkness. These silent travelers carry messages etched in metal, greetings meant for no specific audience, but offered to the universe itself. They are extensions of human curiosity, fragile and determined. Voyager drifts onward, long after its creators have aged, long after its launch celebrations faded into memory. Its power dwindles, its instruments fall silent one by one. Yet it continues moving, obeying inertia, carrying evidence that a species once looked up and wondered. In this way, exploration outlives the explorer. You think of future journeys still waiting to happen. Humans walking on Mars, not as visitors but as residents. Telescopes unfolding far from Earth's interference, peering into the earliest moments of cosmic history. Submarines descending into Europa's dark ocean. Drones flying through Titan's thick atmosphere. The solar system is not finished revealing itself. It has only just begun to be understood. And yet, for all this ambition, Earth remains central. Every spacecraft launched, every signal transmitted, every dream imagined begins here. The solar system is vast, but life, as far as we know, has only found one foothold within it. That realization brings both humility and responsibility. To explore is noble. To preserve is essential. As the sun continues its steady fusion, you sense its finite nature more clearly. In billions of years, it will expand, swallowing Mercury, Venus, and likely Earth itself. Mars may become briefly warm, only to freeze again as the sun sheds its outer layers. The gas giants will shift. Moons will migrate. The solar system will transform beyond recognition. This is not tragedy. It is evolution on a stellar scale. Long after humanity is gone or transformed, the solar system will continue its journey around the center of the Milky Way, completing galactic orbits that take hundreds of millions of years. Stars will pass nearby. Comets will be disturbed. New chapters will begin, unseen and unrecorded. The universe does not require witnesses. It simply exists. And still, meaning remains. Meaning arises not from permanence, but from participation, from being present during a brief window when consciousness can ask questions, when minds can reconstruct ancient events, predict distant futures, and imagine worlds they may never touch. The solar system gave rise to beings capable of wonder, and in return, those beings gave the solar system a voice. As you prepare to end your journey, you realize that travel through space mirrors travel through understanding. At first, everything seems distant and separate. Then patterns emerge. Connections form. Eventually, distinctions blur. The solar system is not separate from you. Its atoms are your atoms. The calcium in your bones was forged in ancient stars. The iron in your blood was born in supernovae long before the sun existed. You're not visiting the solar system. You're a product of it. Earth rotates quietly beneath you once more, clouds swirling, continents drifting imperceptibly. Somewhere below, people live their lives unaware of the cosmic balance that sustains them. They laugh, struggle, love, and dream, all while riding a planet through space at incredible speed. The universe does not interrupt them. It allows them this moment. And perhaps that is the most profound realization of all. Amid endless darkness and silence, the solar system nurtured a world capable of reflection. In doing so, it transformed cold matter into meaning. The journey does not truly end here. It continues every time someone looks up at the night sky and asks what lies beyond. Every question becomes a trajectory. Every answer opens another path. The solar system is both a destination and a beginning. And as you slowly drift back toward home, carrying the weight of distance and the clarity of perspective, one truth remains undeniable. The greatest journey through the solar system is not measured in kilometers or years. It is measured in understanding. You remain suspended a little longer, unwilling to rush the return. The solar system feels quieter now, not because it has changed, but because you are listening differently. Every orbit, every rotation, every faint glow carries meaning you could not sense before. Space is not empty. It is full of motion held together by delicate laws that never announce themselves, yet never fail. You imagine the countless moments that unfolded here before you existed. Comets slamming into young planets, delivering water and carbon. Asteroids reshaping surfaces, erasing beginnings, making room for new ones. Magnetic fields igniting, atmospheres forming and escaping, oceans freezing and thawing across ages. None of it was guided. None of it was planned. And yet it led here. The solar system is not a machine built for life, but life learned how to exist within it. You think of time not as a straight line, but as layers. Beneath every moment lies another era, buried but not gone. Mars still remembers rivers. Venus remembers océans. Earth remembers fire. Even the moon remembers violence. Every world carries scars, and those scars are records. The solar system keeps its history written across rock, ice, and motion, waiting for minds capable of reading it. As you drift closer to Earth, the sounds of imagination grow louder. You envision future generations standing on distant worlds, looking back toward this star. To them, the sun will be just another bright point in a crowded sky, and Earth will be an idea, a story, a remembered origin. They will measure distance differently. Home will no longer mean a single planet, but a shared history among worlds. And yet, no matter how far life spreads, this place will remain sacred. The first cradle, the first success. You realize that exploration is not an act of escape. It is an act of connection. By traveling outward, humanity learns how rare and precious its beginnings truly are. Every barren world highlights the miracle of living ones. Every hostile environment reinforces the fragile balance that allows thought, memory, and emotion to exist at all. The sun glows steadily behind you, indifferent yet essential. It does not know it is admired. It does not know it is studied. It simply burns, as stars do, converting mass into light, holding planets in their paths through silent agreement with gravity. One day it will change, and the solar system will change with it. That future is inevitable, but it is not urgent. There's still time, vast, generous time. Time enough to learn. Time enough to explore. Time enough to understand. Earth now fills your view once more. From this distance, storms swirl like brushstrokes. City lights flicker faintly on the night side, tiny signals of awareness shining against cosmic darkness. Each light represents countless lives, each life a universe of thought and feeling. None of them can see you, and yet you see them all. The realization settles gently. The solar system is not just a place where life exists. It is a place where meaning emerged naturally from matter, where the universe, through a long chain of chance and necessity, learned how to observe itself. You are not separate from this journey. You never were. Your curiosity is the solar system asking questions about itself. Your wonder is stardust remembering its origin. When you look up at the planets, they are not strangers. They are family, shaped by the same forces that shaped you. As you finally allow yourself to return fully, letting Earth's gravity take hold once again, you understand something deeply comforting. No matter how far humanity travels, no matter how advanced its technology becomes, the solar system will always be the first story, the foundation, the reference point by which all other journeys are measured. And every time someone whispers the names of the planets, traces their paths across the sky, or dreams of distant horizons, this journey begins again. Not with engines, not with countdowns, but with wonder,